Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to our Gyanjyoti online classes. So, in previous class we had discussed about what the different types of agricultural method, or you can say the types of what agriculture. That subsistence agriculture, okay, where you can say the agricultural activities perform or practice in a small piece of land for what daily consumption. Then shifting cultivation, okay. Then sedentary agriculture. In shifting cultivation, what the people you can say slash and burn the process or the cutting down the trees of the forest areas, okay, and you can say they practice the farming method there. In sedentary agriculture, what in a small piece of land, or you can say in a single piece of land, what the farming activities you can say done by the people again and again, okay. Then what intensive subsistence agriculture. In intensive subsistence agriculture, for the you can say population, the crops are you can say produced or cultivated in a small piece of land, where the nomadic herding or the cattle rearing, then sheep. After that you can say goat. Okay, this type of animals are herding because they are the place where the nomadic herding practice. The place are not favorable for agriculture method, like Ladakh, then Jammu Kashmir of India. Okay, in that place, what we cannot grow or cultivated crop. That's why nomadic herding is practiced in that places. Okay, then commercial farming. Commercial farming mostly you can say practice will be you can say large areas, because in commercial farming the crops you can say the crops are grown mostly for only on what economic benefit. Got it? Then extensive agriculture. In extensive agriculture, the farmer needs the large piece of land or large space of you can areas, or you can say grow commercial crop like cotton, then rubber, jute. Okay. Then mixed farming. Mixed farming means in a small piece of land at the same time what two or more crops you can say cultivated by the farmer. That is known as you can say mixed farming. After the plantation farming means it also needs what a vast area. The examples of plantation farming are you can say cotton plantation, then coffee, then tea. Okay, after that rubber. Okay, these are the you can say example of plantation farming. So today we will discuss about some of the important or major crops in our country, okay, that are cultivated by our farmers. So let's start from one of the major crop, that is what? Rice. So as we know what agriculture is the primary occupation of what Indians. So in India the variety of you can say crops that are cultivated by the Indian farmers. Okay, you can say crops like rice, wheat, then you can say corn. Okay, then also cash crop, like you can say cash crop means commercial crop. Okay, cotton, jute. Then rubber. In also plantation field, also the farmers of India, okay, they cultivated coffee, tea. So the variety of crops are grown in India by Indian farmers. Okay, so let's start from rice. The rice is of two types: upland and lowland. Upland and lowland. Rice are two types: upland and lowland. Upland rice is grown on plateaus and hill slopes after cutting out terraces. Means in terrace farming method, the upland rice you can say is grown. Then lowland rice is often grown in the lowlands and coastal plain areas. Okay, so according to you can say a geographical location, what the rice is divided into two categories: upland and lowland. Upland means in hilly region, okay, plateau area and plateau region, the rice you can say is cultivated. That rice is known as upland rice. In low areas, in coastal plain areas, in plain areas, you can say in river banks. Got it? The rice is cultivated in known as what? Lowland rice. Then lowland rice is sown through broadcasting by primitive society. Primitive society means you can say old method, okay, and transplantation techniques. Then transplantation is a technique in which plants are first grown in nurseries, and when they attain a height of 10 to 12 you can say inch, they are mainly transplanted. Okay. Then one by one in the fields, this method provides the highest yields of rice. In broadcasting, seeds are thrown or scattered in the fields to grow. Okay, means in our local areas, okay, you can see the procedure of you can say rice cultivation. Okay, first what the transplantation techniques are you can say are practiced by the farmer mostly in India, but in case of you can say in case of emergency or labor shortage, okay, or you can say water supply, the broadcasting you can say method is applied by the Indian farmers, where the seeds are thrown or scattered in the fields to grow. But in transplanting, the farmers first grow the plants in nursery. After you can say they grow height of 10 to 12 inch. After that they you can say transplanted that in 11 to 12 inches you can say crops into the land. Okay, that system is known as transplanting, and where the you can say seeds are thrown into in the field only, that system or that method is known as you can say broadcasting. In our areas we can found this type of broadcasting as well as the transplanting method of rice farming easily. Got it? Then the physical condition needed for the cultivation of rice are availability of clayey soil with stagnant water, then moderately high temperature 27 degree Celsius. Okay, it needs high temperature, then and a good amount of rainfall. Okay, 150 centimeters. It needs high temperature like 20 degrees Celsius, and also availability of water approximately 150 centimeters. Then and deficiency in rainfall should be compensated with irrigation. Rice needs standing water in the field so that the roots of the plants remain under water and the upper part of the plant receive a good amount of sunlight. So in rice cultivation, okay, the water supply you can say is much needed. Then the major rice producers of the world are Southeast Asia, okay, where the countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Philippines, Myanmar. South Asia, where the countries are India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and the Far East, China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, etc. Okay, these are the major rice producer countries of the world. Rice is also grown in Nile Delta in Egypt, Brazil, southeastern parts of the USA, Italy, Russia, France, and Spain. Okay, so these countries are the you can say the major rice producing countries in the world. Got it? After that, the second major crop is wheat. So wheat is another major food grain that is full of proteins and carbohydrates. Generally, it is cultivated in the middle latitude, unlike paddy. It is a crop grown under extensive agriculture. Extensive agriculture means where the large areas, you can say area is needed. So wheat mostly you can say cultivated under extensive agriculture. Wheat is of two types. It is also two types. What? Spring wheat and winter wheat. What? Spring wheat. Okay, so in spring season, okay, the wheat is cultivated is known as spring wheat, and in winter season, okay, the wheat is cultivated is known as what? Winter. You can say winter wheat. Okay, you can say the types of wheat generally classified by seasonal. Got it? Then spring wheat is a crop of the upper middle latitudes, for example USA, Canada, Russia, means these countries are, you can say, present or located in middle latitude areas. Then while winter wheat is a crop in the lower middle latitude, for example India, Pakistan, Southeast Asia. Okay. Then loamy soil is suitable for cultivation of wheat. The alluvial soil of North India and black soil as well as red soil of South India are notable what? Expectation. Then the wheat plant need a cool what? Frost-free climate for better production and yield. Okay, and you can say in rice we need what? Good irrigation facility or water supply as well as good temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. But in, you can say wheat what? A cool frost-free climate for better production and yield. The temperature should be cool around 15 degrees Celsius during sowing. 15 degrees Celsius. Got it? Then while the annual rainfall should be between 40 centimeter to 80 centimeter. 40 centimeter to 80 centimeters. Okay, means very low rainfall as well as a cool, you can say, weather needed in wheat cultivation. Then at harvest time, hot and dry weather is required. Got it? The main wheat producing countries are the USA, Russia, Canada, Australia, Argentina, and China. Other important wheat producing countries are France, Germany, Spain, Hungary, Romania, Italy, Britain, India and Pakistan. So these are the countries, okay, or you can say major countries of wheat producing in the world. Means these countries, mostly in this country the wheat producing work, you can say the wheat producing work is done by these, you can say these countries. Got it? After that, sugar cane. So sugar cane is a tropical plant. Sugar obtained from it is a major food item full of carbohydrates. It is produced as a commercial crop. Its ripening period generally is 12 months. Means for a whole year you can cultivate it. You can say the time duration of cultivation of sugar cane is what? Is generally 12 months. And sugar cane is a tropical plant. Means it grows in tropical areas mostly. It can be grown in a variety of soils like deep, rich, loamy soil that are well drained and fertile, black soil, brown and reddish loams. Sugarcane is a labor-intensive crop that also requires heavy manual. Average temperature should be within the limits of 20 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius. 20 degree to 27 degrees Celsius needed, and a long rainy season of about 6 to 8 months. Minimum 150 centimeter is ideal for its growth. you can say in sugarcane cultivation we need both temperature as well as what the annual rainfall of 150 what centimeter. Then however deficiency of rainfall can be what compensated with irrigation the fields at proper intervals of time. The leading producer of sugarcane are India, Cuba and the what Hawaii Island in the USA. Other important producer of sugarcane are Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, Myanmar, Vietnam, China, Egypt, East Africa, the USA, Mauritius, Argentina, Brazil and Central America. Okay, so you can say in this region, in these places, the wheat cultivation is practiced around wheat cultivation is done. What with the sugarcane cultivation is done. Okay, in sugarcane cultivation, we need what both the temperature about 20 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, and also we needed what the water supply facilities or rain also about 150 centimeter. Got it? Then the cotton. So sugarcane as well as cotton. Okay, these crops are commercial crops, means sugarcane also you can say the cotton mostly grow for only on economical benefit. That's why you can call sugarcane crops. Then jute, rubber, tea. Okay, these are the what commercial crop. After that, cotton. Cotton is known as the universal fiber. This plant is supposed to have originated in India or tropical American. Okay, this plant is supposed to have originated. Okay, people believe that the plant originated from India or tropical America. This crop is grown in alluvial or loamy soil, but the best soil for cotton is the what? Black soil. Black soil, you can say cotton soil. Okay. Black soil is known as cotton soil also because it is the quality of black soil is, you can say, best for cotton cultivation. Then the temperature should range between what 21 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. The minimum temperature should not be below 18 degrees Celsius. A moderate amount of rainfall ranging between 50 centimeter to 75 centimeter is good for the crop. Rainfall above 85 centimeter damages the crop. Okay. Then however in areas is lesser rainfall irrigation is needed. So you can say in that region, in that areas, the areas who have received very low rainfall, okay, and also you can say the temperature between 21 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. We can grow what crop like cotton in that region, in that places very easily. Then India ranks 5th in the production of cotton after Brazil, Turkey, Egypt and Uzbekistan. Central America countries and Pakistan are also notable producer of cotton. Okay. Then jute. Jute is known as the golden fiber. Jute plant provides cheap, long and durable fibers which are used as a raw material in the jute industry. Okay. Mostly you can say in a modern time, okay, the jute goods, okay, or you can say from the goods which are produced by, you can say, jute are used heavily or used commonly by the humans. Then for the manufacturing of carpets, roofs, rugs, cloth, what? Tarpaulins, then gunny, bags, what? Upholstery, etc. These are mostly you can say produced by or manufactured by jutes. Okay, and these things are mostly commonly used by what? Every people. The jute is generally grown in the well-drained alluvial, fertile soil of floodplains, then where soils are renewed after every flood or annual basis. The temperature should be within the limits of 24 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the annual rainfall ranging between 125 centimeter to 200 centimeters. So in jute cultivation, much needed high temperature and high rainfall. Occasional showers of 2 to 3 centimeter on weekly basis are greatly beneficial for the crop. Okay, and it is only on you can say possible by the irrigation facilities, water supply facilities, by the pumps. Okay, or you can say motor also. Then Bangladesh and India are the major producer of jute in the world. So Bangladesh and India are the major countries, major producer of jute in the world. After that, tea. Tea is one of the few important beverages and a plantation crop which is a native of China, okay, or Yunnan Plateau region, Yangtze Valley or southern China. You can say tea also, you can say in other word the tea originated or China originated tea. You can say it traveled from Yunnan Plateau region or Yangtze Valley of southern China. Tea is prepared from the leaves of the tropical plant. The drink is a good stimulant and also has medicinal value. The value of tea is estimated on the basis of its flavor. Got it? Tea is grown on deep loamy of forest soil which are rich in organic matter and are acidic in nature, and you can say it is cultivated through the extensive farming method. Okay. Then the plant grows well in tropical and subtropical conditions where the temperature between 24 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and the high rainfall from you can say from 150 centimeter to 250 centimeter, and is well distributed throughout the year. High humidity, heavy dew and morning fog ensure good quality and better production. Okay, you can say this type of weathering condition is very much favorable for tea cultivation or tea plantation, not cultivation, tea plantation. Okay, then hilly slopes are the ideal places for cultivation of tea as there is no water logging. Okay, hilly region means in hilly region, in mountain areas, the terrace, you can say terrace farming method are also used in tea plantation, because there is no water logging in the, you can see, in the farming field, in the plantation farming. That's why the hilly region is, you can say, suitable for tea plantation. Then India is the leading producer of tea in the world and contributes more than 28% of the world production. Okay, in the field of tea, you can say production, India is the highest tea producing country in the world. It contributes more than 28% of the world production. China and Sri Lanka are the other important countries that produce quality tea. Other countries where tea is grown are Indonesia, Japan, Kenya, Uganda, and Mozambique. In this country also, are also the major countries where the tea plantation is done, or the major tea producing state or country of the world. Indonesia, Japan, Kenya, Uganda, and Mozambique. After that, one of the, you can say, most important commercial crop or cash crop, that is coffee. Coffee is another important beverage crop, which beverage means the you can say the drinking crop. Okay, crop which is a native of Ethiopia or in Africa, from where it spread to other countries in the 16th century. So you can say coffee is originated from mostly in Africa, in Ethiopia. Okay. Then where it spread to other countries in the 16th century. Then coffee plantations are raised not for leaves but for the seeds or beans. Okay. Then like tea, coffee also needs hill slopes to grow where water cannot stagnate. Then the soil or water cannot clog in. Then the soil should be forest loams rich in humus and minerals like iron and calcium. Okay, in you can say in tea plantation, the tea produced from the leaves of the plant, but in coffee plantation, okay, the coffee is produced from the seeds or you can say beans. The climate should be humid and warm with temperature ranging from 16 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. The day temperature should be about 32 degrees Celsius or high temperature. Rainfall should be between 150 centimeter and 150 to 250 centimeter as like what? Tea plantation. Then cheap and abundant labor is required for plucking, drying and processing of the berries or you can say of the seeds. Brazil is the leading producer of coffee in the world, followed by other South American countries, Central America countries, West Indian countries. India contributes only 2.8% of the total production of coffee in the world. Very, you can say less percentage or less amount of coffee is produced by India. Okay. Then rubber is obtained from latex, which is the milky juice of a tropical tree of Ficus family. Remember this thing that rubber is obtained from latex, which is the milky juice of a tropical tree, okay, of Ficus family. You can say the tree name is latex. The plantation are set up. Okay, the plantation are set up on deep, well-drained, loamy soil that are rich in iron. Generally, hilly slopes up to 300 meter above the mean sea level (MSL) are used for plantation purposes. So you can say the hilly region, the hilly land or the mountain areas are you can say suitable for rubber plantation. Okay. The plants require hot and humid climate with temperature ranging from 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. And rainfall of about what? 300 centimeter well distributed over the year. Means it needs high temperature as well as high rainfall also. Okay. Cheap and abundant labor supply is also required for the collection or tapping of latex from the trees, processing and marketing of the products. You can say rubber. Through rubber is what extensively grown in Brazil in large areas. Okay. In Brazil, yet Malaysia is the leading producer of rubber, followed by Indonesia. Among the other important rubber producers are Sri Lanka, India, Thailand. Okay. Then India is the fourth largest producer of natural rubber in the world. Okay. So these are the, you can say, these are the major types of crops which you can say which are cultivated all over the world, like rice, wheat. Okay. Then you can say what? Rubber, coffee, tea, sugar cane, cotton. Okay, so these are the different variety of crops in most areas, but the oilseeds are also what grown, and the cereals are also cultivated in, you can see, in many countries of the world. Okay, so these are the major crops of the world. Got it? So after that, the agriculture development, for the you can say development of agriculture. Okay, the government the government has taken what different types of stake. It also provides what financial help to the farmers. Okay, then HYB or high yielding variety seeds are also provided by the government to the farmers, and also you can say modern technique are also used by the farmers for the, you can say, for increase the production of the crops. Okay, so let's you can say let's discuss a case studies. Okay, means what type of procedure are followed by Indian farmers in India, and in which procedure, okay, the farmers of USA, you can say, practice the farming work in USA. So the farm in India, most Indians live in the countryside. India is primarily an agricultural country, and Indian society is what? Predominantly an agrarian society. Okay, you can say from the beginning period, okay, the main occupation of Indians, you can say, is farming or agriculture. In India, you can say there are 3 seasons of farming: what? Kharif, Rabi, and Zaid. Okay, in Kharif and in Rabi season, what? The crops like wheat, then barley, maize, okay, then rice. These types of crop are cultivated during Rabi and Kharif season. Okay, in Zaid season, mostly what different type of vegetable, fruits are cultivated. Got it? So in India, agriculture, animals like bullocks, buffaloes, camels, and mules are utilized on a large scale along with human hands. Okay, so in India, you can nowadays in modern period, okay, the modern farmers, they are use the modern techniques for what? Grow or cultivation crops or food grains. Okay, but what in USA is a, you can say, developed state. We are a, you can say, India is a developing nations. Okay, we are what? Developing day by day, but USA is a developed state. The USA, you can say, already developed. So what in USA, the farmer of USA, they are used only on scientific method in cultivation, and you can say in agriculture field. Okay, then agriculture in India shows diversity of crops, or variety of crops are, you can say, cultivated in India. Then it is mainly rain-fed agriculture and depend mostly on the monsoons. The rainfall is highly variable in time and space, and therefore affects Indian agriculture greatly. Okay, so what the Indian farmers, they are mostly dependable upon rainfall on season. Okay, because seasonal, you can say, crop mostly cultivated in India. That's why the Indian farmers are mostly dependable on what? Seasons. Okay, like rainy seasons. Okay, you can say in India, the vast area, okay, is not receive the water supply facility. Got it? Then Indian agriculture suffers from several problems like small land holdings, unscientific and traditional method and old tools of farming, inadequate irrigation facility, and over dependence on rainfall. Okay, you can say these are the problem of Indian farmer. Got it? But in the USA, okay, what American farmers are adaptable to scientific and technological changes. They try every new development in the field of agriculture. Due to good profits, the financial position of an American farmer is quite comfortable. Okay, and his or her purchasing power is better than that of many other entrepreneurs. He purchased the latest version of agricultural machinery, use the latest methods of farming, the best types of fertilizer, pesticides, herbicides and insecticides in order to enhance productivity. So you can say in USA, the farmers of USA, they are mostly use the develop fertilizers, okay, good fertilizers, and also they are doing their agricultural activities through the scientific method. While in India, the farmers they are follow what the traditional method of farming. So there is a huge difference between the farmers of USA and the farmers of India. But what many steps, many programs or many schemes are implemented or organized by the Indian government for the development of what Indian farmers. Okay, through the banks, what government provide loans to give financial support to the farmers. Okay, and you can say in cooperative banks, what government providing high yielding varieties seeds for, you can say, increase in productivity work, and also the modern what tools, you can say, the modern tools are what sell in the Indian market. Okay, modern tools like the tractors. Okay, you can say iron ploughing. Got it. Then the varieties of fertilizers. Okay, then you can say insecticides are also what present in Indian market in modern time. That's why what in agriculture, you can say in agriculture field, the Indian farmers is always trying their best, trying to increase their productivity, increase, you can say, trying to develop their cultivation or farming methods in India. Got it? So this is all about what agriculture, you can say typology. Here we had discussed what different kind of or different types of agricultural method, and also some of the major crops like rice, then wheat, rubber, after that cotton, okay, then sugar cane, jute, etc. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.